Oh, dip. Is it that time? I think it is that time.
I think
I'm
that's what the
unmuting
clock said.
everybody. All right, let me get my sound right. Can everybody hear me okay?
I got you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Justin, can I hear you?
You hear me?
I hear you. Argo's AFK at the moment, but he'll be right back with us. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We are Film Heat, back for a whole new year of watching movies and talking shit. That's all we know how to do. We're just a bunch of haters.
I mean, it's 2 in my top 3, or 2
We're
in my
just a bunch
top
of
5 at least.
Old haters. What are you gonna do?
Hate and eventually die about it.
Just adjust your receding hairline and carry on.
Oh no, this gets much thinner, and I'm just going.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
I'm just saying, this gets much thinner. I'm just gonna go fucking full on.
Just shave it. It's fine.
Shave it. Now, don't get me wrong. Not too short, because I am too pasty for a fully shaved head. Nope.
Oh, hell yeah, Unreal knows what's up.
Oh, hey, it's Morbin. The number one best movie of 2022 was Morbius. All right, good night, everybody. What up, Hellion Unreal? Happy 2023. Thanks for being here with us again. We're back. It's been a really long time since we've been back here doing this. I feel like it's been a solid month.
Damn near.
Yeah, because I think it was like the 13th or so of December when we did our year-end Best of the Best show.
Yep.
So now we're doing our New Year Best of the Best show, where we're looking at favorite movies of 2022. Now,
Morbius was so good. We couldn't put it on the list.
It's so good. I never even.
Just to kind of qualify these movies, these movies.
They're self-conscious there.
Well, every time, literally every time. Because it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to do like the fan favorites? Well, these aren't all fan favorites. Are you going to do the like, Oscar bait movies? Well, no. Like, I didn't watch any of those movies hardly, except for one. We got one movie on our list, which is definite Oscar bait for sure.
These are well-reviewed movies from 2022.
Exactly, and that's pretty much best as we can qualify them. These are well-reviewed movies from 2022, and
emphasis on the quotations.
Yeah,
best.
So that's what we got for you, since we live in the past.
Yes.
I'm too old for this shit.
Exactly. I'm not ready to move on to the new year, so we're gonna revel in last year for a little bit longer.
It's
still
all
2022 over here.
2 weeks in.
Yeah, 2 weeks in.
Don't wanna.
Nah.
The real treat is after the show.
Oh, that's right. Because it's a very special day today. Friday the 13th.
Decently. Often.
If you go to reddit.com/r/is it Friday the 13th, it'll let you know. It will. That's a true thing.
Had to wear my Camp Crystal Lake shirt.
Nice.
So we have a very special presentation for after this show. So that said, let's get right on into it. Let's take a look at our list of movies, list of films that we're looking at tonight. We've got The Batman. We've got The Banshees of Inisherin. We've got Everything Everywhere All at Once. We've got The Northman, The Glass Onion, and The Top Gun.
The and the.
So many of these movies have the. Just keep it rolling. The Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
that seems to be the fan favorite.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes, the Everything Everywhere All at Once. Every time I talk to somebody about the best movies of last year,
it's pretty consistently on people's top 10 lists that I've seen. Like everybody's kind of all over the place with their top 10 movies of last year, but everybody's got that movie on there somewhere, and usually pretty high. It was a well-received flick.
Yeah, everything I was looking at before I watched it, I was like, man, this is people fucking like this movie.
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter what other people like. It matters what we like.
That's right.
It's a fact.
We're the main characters. So, without further ado, let's start diving into these movies. Let's start the show. I gotta download on my screen. It's called Hentai Game. Wait, let's not
busted.
That. You're gonna get the wrong idea.
Nobody cares about the Hentai Game. They care about the JFIF.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
JFIF? What the hell's a JFIF?
JFIF, you pleb.
And hentai-game.jfif is in Jeremy's downloads.
It was a meme, y'all, not an actual hentai game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now they're all just disappointed.
If you want to see me play hentai games, just add me on Steam.
This is what we're all going to do after the after show.
Yeah. All right. So up first, we've got The Batman versus The Banshees of Inisherin. See, I feel like Banshees is one of those movies that's going to stick out like a sore thumb on this list.
It definitely does.
Well, there's always one, isn't there? On every list we do, we've got one that's like, what is that doing on here?
Well, I have fairly solid opinions about everything else on this list.
So let's see. Let's go ahead and watch the trailer for The Batman. See what we get.
The Vengeance. The Justice.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here! Fear is a tool.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have that song in the trailer.
It's the sky.
It plays throughout the whole movie.
It's not just a call. It's a warning. I've been trying to reach you.
I got your car's extended warranty.
Thank you. Oh, man. I was right there about to say it. You got me just in the just in the nick
This
of time.
continues. It won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only going to get worse for you.
Whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say?
Oh, that's right. Homeboy's in 2 movies. Somebody mentioned that.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell's in 2 movies.
Mhm.
Who
Yeah.
are you under there?
He's like the only Irish actor that there is. So
There's
Gotta
never
get him
been
out,
another
man.
Irish actor.
I never.
I'm vengeance.
Batman.
Black and blue and dead all over. Dick. I got you!
This
I
was,
got you!
what's the name playing Batman in this? Freaking.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Edward Cullen. He's that too. Robert Pat.
The Batman.
Here we go.
No.
You know, people my age are putting together soundtracks when you got Nirvana on a fucking Batman soundtrack.
Oh man. So did everybody get to see that movie? Everybody here watched that movie?
The Batman?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I was trying to get to all the other ones.
Man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They were definitely trying to make a oh, what's his name? Who's the guy that did Seven? David Fincher.
David Fincher Batman.
They were definitely trying to make a David Fincher movie. And I don't know. I felt that they did a good enough job. Like,
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. The middle of that movie just kept going.
yeah.
Like, let's be real. The fucking the second most of the third act it just kept going.
Yeah.
And then finally when we got to the end of things and we started going again, it was like, yay, we got a movie going again.
But honestly, I like this Batman because this is a tortured Bruce Wayne. You
Mhm.
know, this isn't some like just like big wig fat cat just out there being rich and doing his thing. Like, this is a truly conflicted, truly tortured Bruce Wayne. He's not having fun in this movie,
No.
which I feel like addresses some of the social commentary that a character like Batman needs to address. Like, you can't have a billionaire vigilante without having some sort of conflict. Otherwise, you're just sort of like jerking off billionaires a little bit.
Yep. You've got
And-
you've got billionaires. You got money in law enforcement giving each other handies back and forth there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, any Batman story needs to wrestle with those, both the good and the bad of, you know, crime fighting. That is the platform Batman offers. It's an awesome, badass platform for taking a look at some of these questions. You know what I'm saying? Cultural and societal questions that arise from law enforcement, you know. So, and I feel like this Batman does a pretty decent job of that. It's not fucking Batfleck who's out there doing it just cuz. you know.
Oh, I forgot about that Batman.
Right.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there
Fucking
was
Christian
that.
Bale this whole time. I was like, yeah,
for the
fuck
best.
theme park, Christian Bale, Batman.
Christian Bale's he is bad enough. I mean, he's all right, but like
He
the
still has his
Batfleck,
fun.
yeah, the Batfleck is just Batman for Batman's sake. There's no fucking point in it. It does not address any of the concerns that need to be addressed in a Batman story. It's just kind of pathetic.
It
In this
really is.
Batman, they do a valiant effort at asking the questions that need to be asked. Perhaps not answered. There may not be an answer, but at least ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? Ask the questions about wealth, super wealth. Ask the questions about law enforcement. Ask the questions about crime. You know, there's a lot of questions to be had in all of these different areas, and Batman wraps them all up into a nice badass little package for the common man to consume. So yeah,
It shows you the more twisted side of Batman as well. I always think of the part where he's like coming back and he like takes out the contacts and he writes in his journal. I always think of in Seven how the killer has all of the journals, just like all of the scribblings.
yeah,
Bruce Wayne kind of has the same thing going on in this movie.
yeah.
He's a little creepy.
He's
Yeah.
a little creepy for sure. Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely like almost violently obsessive.
Yeah.
You
And
know
like
what I mean?
the Batman struggles with his role as the Batman just as much as Bruce Wayne struggles with his role as a fucking like billionaire and community leader, you know, because he kind of has inherited his status as community leader from his parents. And then they get into sort of the possibility of some seedy past with his parents. He kind of digs through that muck a little bit throughout the movie, and you know, you have to question whether or not any of that is real. How real is it? Because this information about this possibility of his parents' seediness is coming from the bad guy.
And I mean, if we're being real, you grow up with fucking billionaire parents. You didn't grow up with, you know, Virgin Mary parents.
There's no ethical billionaires. There's no such thing. Yeah, and this movie sort of looks at that a little bit, which needs to be done in any movie about billionaires. Period. So
Yeah, and in no Batman movie ever have they ever painted Thomas Wayne as a questionable guy at all.
right. He's
Ever.
always been a bastion of the community. You know. Yeah. Like, no, I don't fucking think so. You know, like nobody becomes a billionaire by fucking helping people. Like, that's just not how it works. Like, profit, that's not how profit works. Period.
And then they even addressed how the fucking the so-called charity that he set up was being used to fucking launder fucking money.
Absolutely.
Which how many times have we found charities being used to launder money?
That's what all charities are for, you know, like, so
I mean, like in the IRL, how many times have we seen that shit like on the news?
Oh, exactly. No, I'm telling you, that's
another
literally
fucking
what charities
charity
are. Yeah.
Another fucking charity busted laundering money for a fucking seedy fucking millionaire.
Yeah, that's why even one exists, is because people can use it to make profit, you know, use it to quietly move money around, you know. That's the point of charities. Nobody's out here helping people, like, period. So
if people were being helped, we would not have nearly as many people needing help still.
yeah, exactly. I, you know, look around. Like,
seriously.
So the Batman yes, it was a big fat thumbs up for me. Probably a little bit over long. Like Eric said, they might have dawdled in the second act a little bit. I feel like oh shit, I got drunk brain. Alfred in this movie is just there because he has to be. I
Yeah,
think he's
kinda.
on screen for about 90 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
he might have a handful of lines, but then again, there's not a lot of Bruce Wayne in this movie. Even very little Alfred, very little Bruce Wayne, whole lot of the Batman. So,
Which is the way it always should have been.
yeah. And then Alfred gets blown up or whatever. Yeah, I know something happens with him. He gets kidnapped or something.
Like, I can't wait for the
That was
time
explosive package.
when we start to lean away from Batman and his parents and boo-hoo, woe is me, I have $1 billion.
Yeah.
You know,
That'll never happen. Apparently,
And,
this has been
you
how
know,
long?
Yeah, well, apparently this is not going to continue. This is the last time you'll
Really, a
see.
one-off? They have like a decent Batman movie?
It was
Like,
supposed to be
done.
more. There were supposed to be more movies coming with Robert Pattinson, but DC
Well,
is like, we will, we won't, we will, we won't,
Yeah.
we will, we won't.
Well, they have announced that they're doing a new Joker movie in that same Joker universe, which is a completely separate universe from this. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, they're making a sequel to that. But that is completely removed from this. Sadly, I was kind of like,
that would have been an interesting fucking overlap there.
Yeah, to have the Joker come into this movie and he's like an older guy, because Joaquin Phoenix Joker, he was becoming the Joker at a time when Bruce Wayne was a young boy. If you watch that Joker movie, he meets Bruce Wayne, he's like 14 years old. His parents are still alive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, that would have been a rather interesting.
But I hope they carry on this way. I hope they go on making like more cinema movies rather than like they need to depart from like the Marvel chasing. Yeah, because like they've tried and they failed. They know they can't keep up with Marvel on the fucking movie coaster experience.
Well, and even that is a tired trope these days. Like, nobody likes that shit anymore. After Endgame, everybody's like, all right, good, we're done.
Yeah, that's good. Hooray,
Y'all did it.
Yeah.
No, really, you did it.
So I think the most success that DC has seen has been the Joker and the Batman. So I hope they continue down that way and make more grounded, more cinematic, more thought-provoking movies. I think that would be a very smart way for DC to go and leave the fucking theme park rides to Marvel.
Yeah,
with whatever the fuck they want to do.
Start building some villains off of a actual fucking traumatic background instead of just a fucking chemical leak.
Yeah. What is this movie even up against? Oh yeah, Banshees. Okay. So we talked about the Batman. Let's take a look at the trailer for Banshees of Inisherin.
What is
a hard comparison?
Call him Sonny Larry. Didn't you and he used to be the best of friends?
Yeah,
We're
this
still the
movie
best
is
of
the
friends.
Joker
Are we
card.
not?
Who says we're not? Sit somewhere else.
It is. Deuce is Wild.
I did it on purpose.
Now, if I've done something to you, Just tell me what I've done.
It was like the highest
You didn't
rated
do
like indie film.
Just don't like you no more.
You like me yesterday.
Well, and I watched all the trailers, and I was
Why
like,
does he not want to be
you know
friends with
what?
you no more?
Fuck it.
What is he, 12?
What the hell's going on with you, me feckin' brother?
He's dull, Siobhan.
But he's always been dull.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day.
Well, it wasn't me little donkey shite. It was me pony shite, which shows how much you were listening.
If you don't stop talking to me,
That is the funniest part of the
if you don't
movie, I
stop
guess.
bothering me, I have a set of shears at home. And each time you
Maybe
bother me from
there's
this day on,
several
take those
funny
shears
parts. Like
and
I
take
laughed
one of
out
my
loud a
fingers
couple
off
times,
them.
honestly,
Well, give
for
that
such a
finger to
sad
me until I
movie.
have no fingers left.
You laughed at that guy's little wiener.
It's clearer to you.
Oh yeah.
Really know.
And when he
Just
tells
like
the
that.
guy
You know,
that
just
his,
like-
Yeah,
he's like,
shush,
"Oh,
mate.
your mom died." It's like, "Oh, she's been dead." Like, "Oh, sorry, your dad died."
Would you not
It's
want
like,
him
"Oh,
to do the one
how
finger
did he
to see if
die?"
he's
He's like, "Oh, he's hit
bluffing
by a."
No, we wouldn't.
Because worse
He's hit
comes
by
to
a
worse,
cart.
he can still play the fiddle with 4 fingers, I bet ya.
Going back to
That's
your
how
old
my
man.
mom died.
I'm talking to me!
If it's the same fucking card, I'm gonna kill him.
What are you talking about?
I was laughing.
That wouldn't be a sin now, would it, fella?
No, but it's not very nice either, is it?
Do you know who we remember for how nice they was in the 17th century?
Who?
Absolutely no one. Yet we all remember the music of the time. Everyone to a man knows Mozart's name.
I don't, so there goes that theory.
Can't be waiting around for any more of this madness.
Let's just call it quits.
We won't call it quits. We'll call it the start.
Cute ass dog.
Mm-hmm. And a pony.
Man.
Poor pony.
So this movie so okay. Comedy as an art form is dead. It died. It lived its life, it grew old, and it died. And the new comedy has been born from its ashes, and that is sadness. It's become more and more of a trend as you go. More and more, even stand-up comedians are taking a more like dramatic, emotional, like to where it'll be like sad, and then undercut with a like hint of comedy. The Bo Burnham Inside special is a huge, like that's like the milestone landmark of it, and you can find a lot of other stand-up comedians and a lot of comedy has gone.
So Bo
that
Burnham killed comedy, huh?
No. He
He didn't kill it. He just went ahead and buried it good.
No, he's
He
just
killed
the one that made the tombstone, right? You know, like he made like the milestone. Like
He's not
he is the big, like from here on, you know, comedy is dead. And it's funny, not to dwell, this isn't the Bo Burnham show, but he even addresses that in his show. So anyway, so this movie is carrying on in this new post-comedy era where your comedies are now just like sad movies, just sad on top of sad, just feel bad movies that somehow make you laugh. Excuse me. So it's a movie. This movie takes place in the 1920s, early 20s, during the Irish Civil War, on a little remote island off the coast of mainland Ireland called Inisharan. And not a whole lot going on this island. I don't know what any of these fuckers are doing for work. I guess they're farming as much as they can on this barren rock they live on. But there seems to be about a dozen or two people that live on this fucking rock off the coast of Ireland. And
Yeah, how they pay for their beers at the pub?
yeah, they go to the pub every day at 2. Yeah.
PM.
So, and it's like religion for them. You go to the pub at 2, and if you don't, you're weird. They even kind of address that. Like the one day he doesn't go to the pub, and he's like, "What the fuck are you not doing at the pub? Get the fuck out of here! Get in the pub." So,
I guess that's just Irish culture.
he's like, "Yeah, fucking drunken Irish."
Like, what are you doing if you're not drinking, eh?
So there's these two blokes, and they're best buds, drinking buds, and have been, I guess, most of their lives. Like they've been on this rock their entire lives, so there's been nothing else. And the movie opens, and one guy goes to the other guy's house to get him, like he does every day, to take him to the pub. And other guy has just decided he doesn't want to be friends no more. Simple as that. Don't want to be your friend anymore. And that one character says what everybody in the audience is thinking. Like, what is he, 12? Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just that. And, the other guy doesn't know how to react. There's only about a dozen people in their fucking community. So, like, what are you going to do? Like, if your one friend turns his back on you, then that's just it. There's nothing else. Like, so he's like struggling and trying to get his friend to like talk to him. Like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you just fucking be my friend? So after a while of the guy turning him down over and over again, he tells him, he's like, if you ever fucking talk to me again, I'm going to cut one of my fingers off. And he's a fiddle player. So I don't know why he wants to cut his fingers off, but
he just really don't want to talk to his dull friend.
Drama.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think part of it comes down to, well, I'll get into in just a minute. So he says, every time you talk to me, I'm going to cut another one of my fingers off. So, eventually the guy keeps talking to him, and inevitably he starts fucking cutting fingers off.
Well, what's fucked is like after the first one, the next time he goes to talk to him, because he like takes him his finger back, and he's like, well, you know what? Next time I'm just going to cut them all off at once. I'm just going to bring you all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And sure as shit.
Yeah. At the end, he fucking shows up and he's throwing fingers at his door.
Well, that's just insane to me, because isn't his like stated reason that he doesn't want to hang out with this dull motherfucker anymore? That he only wants to do things that he'll be remembered for, right? He wants to write great music. He wants to do whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well, the guy Colm, who's the filler guy who ghosts his friend, is kind of like lost in that pursuit, right? Because wouldn't you like want to stop hanging out at the pub all the time, right? If you only want to do like productive shit. Or maybe get the fuck off of this shithole island.
Right?
Yeah. That would be, get off the island would be the best course.
Just ghosting this one guy is not going to help you that much, bro. Like,
yeah,
straight up.
And I don't know which one is worse. Fucking Colm for being fucking
an obstinate bastard.
It's such an obstinate, fucking dramatic, fucking overboard bastard, or fucking what's his name there for just being kind of
Patrick.
dense.
Yeah,
I don't know which one I'm like.
And that's the point of the story, and it's really part of the reason I fell in love with this movie is both the characters are so relatable, because I feel like most of us have been both of these guys at some point in our lives, and I definitely can relate with Colm, because I've been at a point where I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I need to fucking do something. Do I need to distance myself from the people who aren't helping me get where I want to be?
I think it's allegory about video games is what this movie is, right? And you're calm to trying to be productive, and video games are like beating down your door,
And you're like,
fuck you up.
I will cut off these.
Shall I go ahead to the pub then? shall I? I'll have one waiting for you. It's like, you know what, Red Dead? Yeah, go on, order me.
It's an allegory for hentai games.
Yeah. Oh, hentai game always beating on my door.
You're
But
gonna cut your fingers off so you'll quit beating on your wood.
And I mean, I think part of the reason why he's cutting his fingers off is to like, that is the inner conflict in his mind. His what's the word? I can't think of words anymore. His cognitive dissonance in his brain, it's like he feels this obligation to use his musical ability to be remembered, but if he didn't have these pesky fingers, he wouldn't have this obligation that he feels. So part of it's like a win-win for him.
Is that where it's going? He cuts off his fingers so he can hang out and bullshit with Patrick over there?
Yeah, once he cuts his fingers off, well, then he can't make music anymore, so he might as well bullshit with his friend. And that's why at the end of the movie, when they're standing on the beach, Colm's like, well, that's that then. You want to be friends? And Patrick's like, no, fuck you. Like, and it's a switch at that point.
You killed my fucking pony.
Well, I mean, also, he doesn't want him to take anything else from him, which I can't really then at that point. I mean,
but even though, like, he says, no, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And he says that allegorical remark about the war. They're looking over across the bay at the mainland, and he's like, well, it's, I think they've called it quits over there. I think the war is over, yada, yada. And he's like, it's the best. Some things should end. And then Patrick says, I think some things will never end. As if he's talking about their feud rather than the war. But then there's this one little cutesy remark that makes me think that they're going to be, of course they're going to be friends. He turns to walk away and he says, thanks for looking after me, dog. And he stops and he says, anytime. As if all this dramatic, no, fuck you. You really did it now. Now I hate you forever. See you tomorrow. Like,
it is some real dark comedy there. Like,
it's super dark. Yeah.
Thanks for looking after my dog, not bringing down my dog with my house and everything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the hell?
Even though I'm responsible for the death of your pony, right? Because for the audience, this is all big time spoiler alert. I'm sorry. I should open the show. I should open every show by saying we're going full spoilers on every movie we're talking about. So
every time.
Yeah, he cuts the rest of his 4 fingers off and he throws him at the door, and the guy's little pony goes and tries to eat him up and chokes on him and dies. That's his like pet. That's his loved pet. They spend the first 3/4 of the movie building up this beloved pet donkey, little miniature donkey, so cute, and then it dies choking on his fingers. And that's when he shows up to his friend's house. It's like, you cut your fucking fingers off being a dramatic little bitch and killed my pony. I'm gonna come to your house tomorrow and I'm gonna burn it down. So don't be there.
You can be in there or not.
But put the dog outside.
Have the dog out.
Yeah, I'd rather you put the dog outside. Yeah. So he shows up and the dog's outside and he just burns the house down. And as the house is burning down, he looks in the window and Colm's in there sitting and he's like, fuck yeah, I'm out of here. And he leaves.
Puts the dog in the cart and fucking drives off.
Yeah. He assumed that homeboy was dead. And that's when Colm was like, well, I guess the feud's over. And Patrick's like, the feud would have been over if you'd stayed in that house. So
but
saying as long as you're still living, this feud is on. But then 2 seconds later, turns around and says, oh, I'll watch your dog anytime. So it's fine.
What's funny is
the dog didn't do nothing.
Right, yeah.
The dog's a good boy.
Such a good boy.
All of this description of this movie, I think, is more compelling than the actual movie itself because it's really fucking slow.
It is.
And a lot dry.
Very dry.
It's movie put me to
very
sleep.
Slow. Yeah. Not a movie you can watch passively. Yeah.
No, you got to commit.
It's a rough watch.
Turn the subtitles on.
Turn the subtitles on. Yes. Yeah, it's a movie I didn't know if I was going to make it through. In the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this.
Oh yeah, full disclosure, I fell asleep like 25 minutes in and had to read the Wikipedia. It put me in a coma, bro. Like, ow.
It is a damn good movie, but it's one of those you really got to read between the lines. You really got to pay attention. The humor is there, like it's funny. I was laughing
when the whole scene when they come in. He comes into the pub and then he goes outside. And they're just sitting opposite each other through the window.
Dude, at the beginning, yeah. He's like, no, go sit over there. And then like he goes outside, but they're sitting practically right next to each other just through the window. And it's just such a beautiful shot. Helena Real says, what happened to Dominic? Dominic is the little younger guy who's kind of a punk ass bitch the whole time.
He's like the second choice friend that Patrick has to like put up with.
Patrick's like putting up with his ass. Yeah,
fucking poor kid, dude.
Poor kid. Yeah, and his dad is the local constable who's a right cunt, and he's always beating him bloody and stuff like that, and just being a super dick to everybody all around town. So at the end of the movie, Dominic confesses his love. He asked out Patrick's sister. Patrick lives alone with his maid sister, and the sister says no. It's like no, and she ends up leaving the island. She's like, I'm gonna go to the mainland. I'm gonna go live on the mainland and work as a librarian or whatever. And I guess Dominic throws himself into the lake. And I think I noticed that when Patrick is standing up on the cliff and he's waving his sister off and she's on the boat and she's going off, there's a figure out behind him on the ledge that the camera never focuses on. He's always out of focus. Is that supposed to be Dominic out there about to throw himself off?
Probably.
I assume so.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look.
Yeah.
That would make sense with this movie.
That's the kind of shit this movie would do. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This movie's dark on top of dark. It's just a fucking dark vibe, and then nothing but dark things happen, but somehow I was laughing.
Yeah, I was about to say they make fucking funny out of all of it. And they do that where they layer like something's going on here that you're looking at, but then there's a thing happening over here.
Yeah.
That is like subtext of your
right.
You know what I mean?
And there's the creepy old crone lady who is somehow like the comic relief of the film, like somehow, some way. Yeah.
She reminded me of like she made me feel like she was like a Monty Python character in this, you know what I mean?
So the comedy stylings of this movie are really any port in a storm. Like anything can be funny when everything else is awful. So yeah. And it's really a silly premise, it's these two guys with zero stock in the world feuding because they don't want to be friends anymore. Simple as that. And two grown-ass men, like in their 50s.
I mean, when you got nothing else to do on that tiny little island, I guess drama makes the world go round.
To worry about. Exactly.
Colm is the biggest idiot.
Like that's
in this
basically.
Yeah, and that's the irony right there. Is he's calling Patrick a dullard,
right?
When Colm himself is being like the fucking drama queen, fucking idiot. Like
literally everybody else around him is like, "What the fuck you doing, pal?"
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, I love the bartender. He's like such a charming little guy, and he's like the straight man of the whole movie. He's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
what's wrong with you?
He's like, yeah, but he's like no help to poor Patrick. He's like, he was nice to me, so I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you about. Colm was cool with me.
Everybody's just really polite.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the shopkeeper lady who's straight up mad at people for not having good stories. Whenever they go into the shop, she's like, "You never have good stories. You never have anything good to tell me." Because she's
all your mail is dull.
Day
She's a
in, day
terrible
out.
person.
Yeah,
She's straight opening people's mail and shit.
Yeah, and she's
Like
just yelling at you for not being an interesting person because there's just nothing going on this rock on which they live.
She's like, "Here's your mail. It's totally open.
Yeah.
You're gonna take the job then?" Like, wait, what job?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny now that I think about it. Like Colm's plight there is kind of brilliant in that, like he has no idea how to accomplish his stated goal there, right? To like be somebody special, right? Because like I was saying earlier, he really needs to get out of that society, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's not even looking at that. He's trying to do some other dumb bullshit to accomplish his stated goals.
Yeah. Well, he wrote his song. Like he got his song written, and he was apparently reaching out to musicians. You know, he'd been inviting musicians onto the island and meeting up with them. There was the one guy that Patrick ends up chasing off, saying that his dad was killed or whatever. And then later on, when he's got no fingers anymore, he hires like the whole band of young people, teaches him how to play the song and stuff like that.
Waving his fiddle around with one hand.
Yeah. He's like, so he managed to write his song, and you know, with shears, he managed to shear off any obligation to continue. So like, I guess he ends up getting his in the end.
I wonder if Patrick had just said like fuck him and left him alone until he got finished with that fucking song, would he have continued being a dick?
We'll never know, because that's just not how it played out. You know, it never would have played out that way because it's such a small, miserable island. He couldn't have even gone 4 weeks without his friend. You know, like it was literally killing him.
Yeah, no, societally, that situation, it would not been.
Right now that I'm thinking about it, in this moment, I'm willing to bet he burned his house down because he wants him to come live with him after his sister moved out.
Probably
because he lived with only his sister, his only other friend in the world, and his sister moved away, gone, as good as dead in this world.
Yeah, she makes it out.
She gets out. So I think in the future, beyond the scope of the movie, he wants Colm to come live with him. That's part of the reason why he burned his house down. You have no other choice but to come live with me now. Now we're
sister, no donkey.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's got that kind of forethought, bro. I don't know if he thinks that far down the road.
No, I'm sure he didn't, but the filmmaker might have. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
You know what I just looked up? I was like, these two guys were also in that movie In Bruges together. And it turns out it was directed by the same guy.
Oh yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm. It's also very similar, kind of like almost like dark comedy kind of movie.
Yeah, that same vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That was like 12 years ago or something like that. That was years or more than that.
2008, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
14 years.
So now we got to compare Banshees of Inisherin to fucking the
Batman.
Another dark movie.
Our two darkest movies.
Are they though?
Well, no. There's a darker movie than the Batman. Yeah, I got to go Banshees on this one just because Batman was good, but
the Banshees is one of those movies that I don't know if I love it or if I hate it, and for some reason that reaction makes me like a movie. So
yeah, the Banshees have stuck with me. I watched it last night, and all day today, the movie's been stuck on my mind.
Oh, dude, I watched it I watched it days ago, I think over the weekend, and I went back and rewatched it because I just kept thinking about that fucking movie and different fucking scenes here and there, and
it's kind of like ethereal or ephemeral, like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you have a really vivid and weird like subtly weird dream that you just remember so vividly, and you're like, God, what the hell was going on with that? Like, and then you just can't get it out of your head. And like that's the vibe this movie has.
Got that early 2000 IFC fucking vibe going on.
You know, and it's such an intimate little story, you know. It's like, and that's why it feels kind of like a dream, because it's so personable to you. You know, you have a dream where just like your best friend just doesn't want to be your friend anymore. Like full stop, like no explanation offered. You know, like what are you gonna do? You're just alone, like on a rock. Like you just feel so isolated. So this movie conveyed those feelings superbly, excellently. Like,
yeah. I was going to say, I'm going to post a poll again in chat. So if anybody in chat wants to vote on which of these maybe should win there, hit that link. Cast your votes.
Hit that link, chat. Cast votes. Let's see what you think.
I think I'm going to vote for Banshees because it's an original property, I guess. Another fucking Batman movie.
Yeah, another fucking superhero movie. Like, yeah, you can make it as good as you want, but it's just another fucking superhero movie at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't. The only way I can describe it is Banshees is one of those movies that while I'm watching it, I feel like I'm just sitting in an empty room and I'm just the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's I get like engrossed into it. I really like it.
Yeah.
Well, I really like what it does. I still don't know if I really like the movie or really don't like the movie, but I really like what.
but however it is, I feel strongly, one way or the other. I don't know, but
and see that
feeling.
alone.
I don't know what kind of feeling.
The fact that I can't nail down the feeling makes me like it.
Yeah. Argo, what about you? You're muted over there.
Y'all already have y'all's mind made up.
I do.
It's sold up.
And
what about you?
I'll be the one. I'll be the dissent.
What do you mean? You like the Batman more than you like Banshees? Honestly,
if I'm gonna sit down and put on a movie, yeah, I'm gonna put on the Batman.
Well, nobody's saying that.
I like them both.
Like light watching,
so it's kind of like what am I putting on?
Granted, yeah. Now,
I like them both equally.
Yeah. Now, if I'm faced with these two movies and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to watch again, it's definitely going to be the Batman. Like,
one of these movies I watched twice, and one of these movies I watched once.
One of these movies I watched once. One of these movies I watched however many times.
Batman is a decent movie, a phenomenal Batman movie. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
And what amounts to a fine, pretty good movie. But Banshees is fucking, I don't know, something else. But that's okay. You can like the Batman more. So, all right, is that it? What did chat say? Do we have any chat votes?
Yeah. Oh, the Batman takes a chat vote.
Batman takes a chat vote. And that's fine. I think that's perfectly indicative of like the popular vote.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't imagine most people are going to even see the Banshees of Inisherin, period, like at all, ever.
They should.
They totally should.
Absolutely. But I feel like 90% of most people, if they did watch it, wouldn't like it. They'd be like, oh, it's slow and boring and weird and sad. And it's like, okay, yeah.
It's like a tough nut to crack. It is.
Yeah, like none of those statements are untrue, but I don't like... Taken all together, it's a damn fine movie. So I don't know.
Well, that's an hour on the first bracket. We're a hell of a pace.
We're making great time. All right, let's get into it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and The Northman. All right. Let's see. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once trailer.
Mrs. Wang.
You can go ahead and say it right up front.
I am paying attention.
Because the movie's got a little bit of everything.
Now you may only see a pile of receipts.
I want to watch it again right now. This trailer makes me want to watch it.
Yeah.
I can see where this story
All the
is going.
spoilers.
It does not look good.
Motherfucking Jamie Lee Curtis. And I'd still hit it.
Yep, I was just about to say. I'd still fucking bend her ass over that desk and
I'd be like, I'm gonna suck them hot dog fingers, girl.
hot dog fingers, fuck.
I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all their memories, their emotions, even their skills. There's a great evil spreading throughout the many verses. And you may be your only chance of stopping it. Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Wow, that was really good.
He's waiting in the wings.
The universe
He speaks of senseless things.
is so much bigger
Script is you and me.
than you realize.
Of all the places I could be, I just want to share with you. Remember our mission. Consider the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse. There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
These fucking 3-minute trailers are just the entire movie.
damn near.
Has led you here to this moment. Don't let anything distract you from it.
All right. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. How to sum up this movie? It's a movie about family.
It's a movie that if you got a daughter, you're gonna get the feels kicked out of you.
Yeah. It's a movie. Yeah. It's a movie about a lot of things, but really it boils down to the experience of being a parent, most specifically an immigrant parent. You know, it's a movie, it's a story about like generational trauma and passing it on, stuff like that. And it's a movie about fucking crazy experience warping badass kung fu shit.
And multiverse.
Yeah, and a multiverse. Yeah, it's able to wrap up some like real shit storytelling inside of a almost Marvel-esque
fucking divergent
wrapper.
universe shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, multiverse hopping, kung fu, you know, Matrix-esque crazy shit telling in what amounts to like an A24 story, you know, like. So that's what I mean by this movie's really got it all. Like it's got something for everyone. And that's why it was so immensely popular throughout the year. Yeah, go see this one. This one's even hard to like sum up. I'm afraid to like try and like get into the synopsis because we'll be here for another hour before I even get on to the Northman.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on in this movie, but it's fun. It's funny. It's awesome. It's beautiful. You know, you'll laugh, you'll cry, the whole thing. Like honestly. So
yep. It's got a short run from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Back from
a hiatus. Yeah, lifetime hiatus just about. Yeah.
I didn't know that going in. I was like, wait a minute, why does this guy sound so familiar? I looked it up. Sure enough.
Yeah.
So that's like a nostalgia hit just right there, just seeing him, even though he's like in his 50s now.
Yeah, everybody kept saying like, "Oh, he's in this movie," but they called him by his name. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck that means." Like, I don't know that guy's fucking name.
Yeah.
But then I saw it and I was like, "Oh shit, Short Round or Data from the fucking Goonies," you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. Yeah. And like the way this movie evolves as it goes, because it starts off so real, like so painfully real and dramatic and just right in the feels, and it's just cold and calloused. And then it gets real silly, just out of pocket. And
it kind of feels like one of the all that back together to make you feel all the feels.
Yeah.
It's a super original story. I'll say that. It's like something that you would not, unlike its competition here, it's not predictable at all. Right?
Nope.
It's insane. You would never expect it. You know, so it's just a fun ride. It's what the movie is. Like,
absolutely.
Sit down and watch this. Yeah.
Sit down and watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah. It goes full circle, like literally. Like they get into that, like with
all the way around.
Bagel. Yeah.
The everything bagel.
And shit might get a little on the nose there at the end of the second act when they get into the everything bagel of it all. And like, it's like, oh, okay. All right. But it doesn't dawdle too much on that before it moves on to sum everything up. And it's got a real beautiful ending as well.
Yep. Everything.
It loses me a little bit with the when he has like the map, and then he can start like going to certain places. It started feeling a little Spy Kidsy.
It does. It gets a little yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
But they come back from.
I mean, it's fucking super silly. It's like a silly, campy kung fu that kind of thing.
And I think all that's just part of the journey because it kind of goes everywhere, you know.
Yep.
And the way that it starts off so real, you know, if you first start watching the movie, you think you're watching like, you know, a Banshees of Inisherin sort of like real, on like sad and like hardline drama that's only gonna just revel in like drama. And the fact that it goes completely sideways is like exciting and jarring and like
it goes all the way sideways, like at the drop of a hat too.
When Jamie Lee Curtis comes smashing through the wall.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, with the thing on her head. That's it. I was like, all right, all right.
The thing,
this is the right word.
Fucking staple on it.
So yeah,
pretty much all thing you can say, and just watch it. Yeah, like you're.
Yeah, just watch it. It is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, that's the title and the description.
Aptly named.
Yeah. So, Let's take a look at the Northman trailer right quick. Hold on. Oh, that
wasn't. Yeah. You just wanted to watch me do it again.
He's here. He's here. Lord, Father is here. The king, my lady. The king.
This movie is made by the same person that made The Witch, and it shows. For better and worse.
How I've missed you, my son. One day this kingdom will be yours.
Thank you, Father. My king.
And The Lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't seen that one. I need to.
So he's like a hardcore history buff who's also like a up his own ass like cinema nerd. And it shows in every single one of his films. Like,
I will avenge you, Father. I will save you, Mother. I will kill you if you live.
Why would you stow away to such a hellish place?
To find what was stolen from me.
And what is that?
The kingdom. You must choose between kindness for your kin.
and as any movie made after 2020, it's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it.
That's the girl.
Yeah, she's in
minds.
every single movie ever.
And night by night, we will carry out my pledge of vengeance. I will avenge you, Father.
I will avenge you, Father.
I will save you, Mother.
I'm surprised she's only on this list once.
I will kill you if you live.
I don't know what the fuck Nicole Kidman's doing in this movie, honestly.
Playing
like, he just seems so out of place. Like, I don't know. Like,
what the fuck is she doing here?
I mean, I thought she pulled off the role pretty well. Actually, it's like what she was.
Yeah.
It's like a
Just
real
fucking
bitch,
crazy bitch. Yeah, just absolutely
the fuck
fucking
out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess she gives me the heebie-jeebies, so I guess it's a good
Right.
performance.
Well, she's kind of a good fit, right? Because like the character needed to be a woman of a certain age, right? Because she's supposed to have like
yeah,
a 30-year-old son and or something.
yeah. Even though I think those actors are barely 10 years apart, you know. Skarsgård and her.
Oh, probably. Yeah, Skarsgård is like in his like probably mid-late 40s by now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's the elder Skarsgård sibling. So, yeah, he's in his. Yeah, she's like 54 and he's like 45 or something like that. So, you know, is what
Checks
it is.
out for Viking stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, this movie is just kind of a straightforward, just like Viking adventure. It's just like the story of one Viking's life from childhood through to the end, and
simple as
yeah. And it's dark and weird and actiony and very stylized. You know, they address a lot of the like Norse mythology through either hallucinations, like drug-induced hallucinations, or you know, near death induced hallucinations, or actual death induced hallucinations.
We're
So,
being told clean knock the fuck out.
yeah. Like there's the beginning when they're all doing drugs together with like the wise man, played by Willem Dafoe.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're tripping out that they turn into wolves and shit like that, which is, what they believed that they could do. And toward the end of the movie, I forget what happens, but he thinks he's fighting like the Dwerger or whatever, the fucking like undead Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out that was just like a hallucination or something. And then there at the very end, where, spoiler alert, he dies. And he's like literally carried off to Valhalla by the fucking Valkyrie. And they show her in the trailer there. It's that crazy bitch on a horse.
Yeah.
But
I kind of wish they made this movie a little less predictable. Like they didn't really need the whole "it's foretold that this is going to happen." It's like, well, now I know what's going to fucking happen. It's like, like you really didn't need to do all that.
Yeah.
It's not. It's shot really well. It's pretty good, like cinematically.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is just like I said. This is a movie for like history nerds and cinema nerds together. Because like watching it, I was like, oh yeah, that's accurate. They really did that. And like, oh, that's really what happened. So someone like me, I really enjoyed it because I'm like, oh yes, oh yes, hooray! Just cheering in the theater, like this is my Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. You're just here for it, huh?
I'm just here for it. Yeah. Like it's straightforward, but it's marketed right at me, like right at my face. So I'm here for it. But I mean, that being said, it's a hard sell to anybody that's not on board already,
Yeah.
it's just, I'm just a fucking nerd. And like, oh, they throw javelins. They were known for throwing javelins. I know that.
Yeah, I mean,
point at the screen. Yeah.
But then again, it does get into some of the myth, like when he grows up and runs off, he joins like a band of like berserkers, which really wasn't a thing as much. Not in the sense that we think of them, not in the sense as they were presented in this movie. But that's just playing into some of that myth. The way that this movie does.
I'm saying is they I don't know. I got aggravated when there was like super stroke off the look how accurate we can be 1 minute and then be like, oh, oops.
Yeah.
For something else the next second. I'm just like, can you pick a lane?
Yeah. No. And I
somewhere in the middle, they wound up just getting boring.
Right. Yeah. I can see the filmmaker's like dilemma that he was going through making this movie as I'm watching the movie, because you can tell it was like, well, he really didn't think he had enough, so he decided to add this, and I bet the studio got real nervous and made him add that something, there's a whole lot of that going on.
Oh yeah.
So it was a movie I really enjoyed. But like I said, it'd be hard for me to sell anyone else on it.
I don't know. Between the predictability of the story and I don't know. Visually, it was an amazing movie.
Yeah,
I mean, just the cinematography was great. The fucking the
and the story
like
is
everything
kind of like
to lay your eyeballs on.
It's like a feel bad story, and there's no relent to it at all. It's just dark and weird and uncomfortable all the way through to the end. And
this movie's fucked up.
There's never anything to break it up.
He's like, I'm just gonna constantly choose to do the most dramatic and traumatic thing to myself.
There's some fucking contrivances. I mean, it's a movie. It's all contrived, but hear me out. Contrivances in that. He he's like terrorizing that camp, right, and killing all these dudes, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets another chance to straight up like fucking kill his mom or whatever. His mom shows her true colors to him, right?
Yeah.
And he has a chance to kill her, the firstborn, and get the fuck out of there and continue his plot. But for whatever reason, he won't kill women, even though he was running with a gang of fucking homies.
Yeah.
Just not that long ago that was killing bitches left and right. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did that? That part took me out. I was like, this is stupid. That's so dumb.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's that shit right there.
Yeah, they have to set him aside with some like modern day morality. Even at the very beginning, when
he didn't
part
have
of that, he's part of that raiding camp, and they raid the town, and they throw all the women and children into the hut and burn it down. They specifically go out of their way to show him like not taking any part in that.
He's
when,
not
like,
about
him just like
when,
nodding
why
to
not?
his homie and waving as he walks
Like,
by when he does it.
This is what everybody in your time does. Why are you suddenly afflicted with 20th century morality?
And he doesn't even act like he's got a moral problem with it. He smiles and waves to his homie as he's tossing fucking torches on the fucking place.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's like, having fun, guys.
So either way, yeah, it's a fine movie. If you're into that, I am. But let's just face it, it's not going to win against Everything Everywhere All at Once. Period. Like,
no, it's too simple.
Too simple.
Hell, to me, it doesn't beat Banshees.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I loved The Northman. But yeah, my vote's going everywhere.
Same.
Everything everywhere.
Votes are going everywhere.
There was one part when reality like jumped in my mind when I was watching The Northman, right? When he's like with those berserker guys, and I couldn't help but think about the cringe that is the Q Shaman guy, and I was like, this has been co-opted so terribly. And I was like, you know what? Fuck these characters. I hope they fucking die too.
Yeah. Like yeah.
Cringe.
Viking iconography and culture has been so bastardized and co-opted by
over the
fucking honky ass pieces of shit. Like, and it's nothing new. It's been a thing since the fucking Nazis. They
kind of ruined being really into this. You can't really.
Yeah. Like, you can't get like a Viking iconography tattoo because you're gonna get high fives from the wrong fucking crowd.
One thing that was kind of cool is they had the
angle high five.
They had Hafthor Bjornsson playing like the big giant guy and during that game. It's kind of I like to see him in movies. Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was him.
The fucking giant guy in the ball game.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go Everything Everywhere All at Once. Fucking
yeah.
It's better.
Just better movie all around. Argo?
Same.
Chad have a vote?
Yeah, they went everywhere. Everything Everywhere.
Woo.
Chad knows what's up on this one.
Northman.
Yeah. Full sweep. Yeah, just a matchup. Is what it is. All right. So that concludes round number 1. So let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll dive right into round number 2. Stick with us. Where's my button? we're back. Welcome back, everybody. Back to Film Heat. We're talking favorite movies of 2022. We just wrapped up round number 1. And and we found that movies suck. The Banshees of Inisherin beat the Batman 3-2, and Everything Everywhere All at Once blew out the Northman 5-0. Everybody agrees that Everything Everywhere All at Once is better than the Northman. It is what it is. All right, up next, we're looking at Glass Onion versus the Banshees of Inisherin. So let's take a look at the trailer for our Glass Onion.
Hello! Oh my god!
Crew, we've arrived. Disruptors have assembled.
Welcome, gang. We got a great weekend.
Who's that?
Benoit Blanc, the detective?
Mr. Bronk.
This movie's pretty
I
good.
overstate my gratitude to be here. When's the murder mystery start?
I've invited you all to my island
Hi!
because tonight, a murder.
It's one of those movies.
My murder.
Once you're dead.
I really enjoyed it when I was watching it, but like the more I thought about it afterwards, the more I was like, I don't know.
Across the island, I've hidden clues. You will have to closely observe each other. If anyone can name the killer, that person wins our game. Any questions?
Halle Berry. That has a kick.
Oh my god. What happened? Holy
Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a murder. And
There's been a murder.
For at least one person, this is not a game. I must insist that nobody touch the body.
Jeez, detective, who killed the party?
I need to find a motive for murder.
Everyone would stab a friend in the back to hold on to this rich bastard.
Who killed it? You're all friends. Why would anyone commit murder?
Are we even going to talk about the elephant in the room?
Am I the elephant?
Yeah, you're the elephant.
You're not that bad.
Think of the danger here.
Are you calling me dangerous?
Well, we'll see.
Let it all out.
Hell yeah!
This is reckless. The killer wouldn't hesitate to kill again if it covers their tracks.
You must be really great at clue hunting.
I'm very bad at dumb things. Ticking boxes, running around, searching all the rooms. It's just a terrible, terrible game.
Oh, Ryan Johnson.
I won't forget what you did, you son of a bitch.
This trailer is goofy.
I mean, the movie's a bit goofy.
Movie is goofy, yeah. It's kind of one of those sequels no one asked for, but that's fine. I think it was one of those situations where, like, you know, shit. What's the first one called? Knives Out. Knives Out was kind of a lightning in a bottle sort of situation. Ryan Johnson was kind of reeling after the disaster that was Last
mutilated
Jedi.
Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
Yeah, he did. Don't fucking apologize.
It was a fine enough movie. It was an awful movie in that trilogy. Like, he didn't like when you're.
He didn't understand the assignment, bro.
He didn't understand
Casino
the
Planet.
Exactly. Yeah, he didn't understand the assignment, and he was a little ham-fisted with his messaging in the movie. Which I'm on his side. I agree with his point of view.
But the Casino Planet.
But you gotta have some finesse. You need to have some fucking finesse. You can't just, flip the table over and say rich man bad. And like, yes, everybody understands that. Everybody with common sense understands that. But you need to fucking finesse it. You can't just say it.
If you run around slapping everybody with rich man bad, then a lot of not rich people are going to get mad too.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. So,
and also coming from rich man.
Well, Knives Out was a fantastic movie. It caught me off guard with how good it was. It's got charming characters. It's a good story. It's a good mystery. It all comes together in the end. It's got immense rewatchability. You can watch it over and over and over again and go pick out all the little details from earlier on and speculate and this and that. Absolute phenomenal movie. Netflix came along and said, we're going to buy this whole idea and we're going to pay you to keep making movies like this. And he was like, I like money. Who doesn't? So he decided to give it another shot.
Do another Benoit Blanc mystery.
Another Benoit Blanc mystery. Hope you do.
That character. Him doing a fucking Mississippi accent is just God.
I say that's a caricature if I ever seen.
Hey, it's so good. I love it.
I love it so much.
It's good. It's good.
I love Daniel Craig.
I love Daniel Craig.
And I love the like
I have my
face.
babies.
I love the like face he makes to be able to like make his mouth make that fucking accent.
How can I?
I can barely talk without making my mouth do this. It's great. I love it.
You have to you're gonna simulate having a lip full of chaw. Otherwise, you can't. I say you can't do it.
It's fucking great.
So
it's
yeah,
Netflix can pay for just 2 hours of him just reading the newspaper like that. Okay,
Netflix ordered up a great big order of more of the same, and we kind of got it.
It's not as sharp as the first one.
I don't think it's really anywhere near as sharp as the first one, honestly. If I'm being real honest, the character
it's gonna be hard to do that.
The actors in the first one are amazing. You got your what's his name, Michael Shannon, your fucking Jamie Lee Curtis, that the actress that played, what was her name? The main character,
Anna de Armas.
Yeah.
The helper girl or whatever.
Yeah. She was charming and completely sold that character. And so it was those characters, that setting, everything melded together to make a beautiful movie. This one, you kind of hate everybody. Like, I hate every single one. I get that you're kind of supposed to, but like that was a bad call. Just have zero likable characters.
No, like everybody but LeBlanc. You're like,
yeah.
Could you just like, y'all are all gonna go to prison now? You know that, right?
Yeah, and the whole thing stinks of Mary Sue real bad. It's when you have no likable characters, and the entire movie rests in the lap of one character who is being like served to you as the likable character. Like
you're saying LeBlanc is a Mary Sue.
That's a Mary Sue full and like, through and through. Like, and
or
I mean, and I get it. The whole they're slapping around like the ultra rich, everybody has said it over and over again. It's like, oh, he's supposed to be Elon Musk. He's supposed to be Elon Musk. And like, I don't like to fucking think about Elon Musk that much. So I was like, oh, I guess that he's also a rich person who could afford an island and do some stupid ass shit.
Huge super rich fraud.
Yeah, a big super rich fraud. And like, sure, I guess.
Super rich, fake smart guy.
Yeah.
Fucking...
So yeah, this super duper rich guy who purportedly has gotten his super uber rich from some idea that he kind of stole from this group of people. Once upon a time, they got together and they came up with an idea to make a bunch of money, and he kind of stole it and made the lion's share of the money. Now everybody else is just kind of doing their own thing, making plenty of money. Like, make no mistake, but just not like super island made of glass money. But, I guess yearly or every so often, they all get together on Mega Glass Island and do a billionaire murder mystery party. And this time, well, Benoit Blanc gets an invitation. And he shows up and he's just like bemused at what a stupid, easy murder mystery it is. And the whole thing devolves into like a real murder mystery, and you got to figure out who done it and what gives. And they do. And it's kind of fun. It's an adequate story in the world of Knives Out, but I think falls far, far from the glory of the first one.
It's definitely no Banshees.
Yeah, no.
Like, wrong, I enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
it a lot more than some other movies on this list, but
yeah,
it's a hard push to go up against Banshee.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's damn sure know everything everywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah. And this movie just feels like work for hire. This isn't a passion project. This is work for hire.
That's the Netflix of it through, I think. Like,
yeah.
Netflix does that to everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think anybody was really in love with this project. Anybody, top to bottom, nobody was in love. Nobody did this from their heart. Like, Netflix was paying to have this done, and here we have it. So I think it's good. I think it's fine. I'd watch it again.
Yeah, but like I said, I would also watch 2 hours of him fucking reading the newspaper as Benoit Blanc. So
yeah, it's pretty cute. But I mean, they should have made the characters likable. Somebody, fucking anybody.
Yeah.
They were doing too much kind of social commentary there. They're like, "This is going to be this kind of person that we're taking notice out of," and
yeah. Like,
exactly.
Which, a lot of them work, right? Like the dude bro guy. That's like,
right. He's like a right wing Twitch streamer. He's basically your fucking Andrew Tate. You've got your like neo-lib fucking governor. Who's like your fucking your Susan Cinema or whatever, Christian Cinema. You've got your fucking like ditzy fucking professional celebrity chick who's like your fucking Paris Hilton or your somebody else.
And then there's like a smart black guy. It's like, okay, what's up?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, he's kind of out of left field. He's like a biochemist or some shit like that. And
well, Ryan Johnson's like, what's up with these smart black guys, huh? Yeah. Am I right?
Am I right?
Take them down and peg, huh? Ryan Johnson.
Yeah. What's with food on the plane? Am I right?
And
it does feel like they tried to make
I don't really know what that character's doing
everybody
there.
a social
honest.
commentary
He's really an
caricature.
odd man out. It's like they needed one more character, and like he
Yeah.
was just like, and this guy, like,
Yeah.
Because he's not really, yeah.
yeah,
There's
he's
nothing
not.
really wrong
Yeah,
with
he's
him.
not a parody of anybody. Maybe he's like your Neil deGrasse Tyson, but not really, because he's
I
not.
think
He's
they just
not
wanted
like
to
a
have another black person, I think.
Their fucking diversity and inclusion coordinator said
Maybe.
gave him a ting and said, hey, these ratios are off, so
He's a
fine.
scientist.
Netflix will
We need a scientist, because that's a real job on a movie set. There's like a diversity and inclusion coordinator whose entire job it is to make sure that the cast and crew is not all white, which is fine. But it just seems like a little, I don't know.
I mean, just to the script, like there's kind of a hole there. It's like, what is he supposed to
Right.
be?
Yeah, like
well, I mean, if they only had the one chick, it would be, oh, she's token. You know, I mean, somebody would have come off like that, saying some shit.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna have some fuck shit to say.
Yeah.
You know.
That is what it is. That's fine. Let my dog out real quick.
Well, but when it comes to the rewatching movies, maybe it's just the way Banshees is. I wouldn't really want to rewatch it.
Yeah, I can't really go on the rewatch metric on this one just because it's just so.
It's because it doesn't fit for the way.
Yeah, it's not a
Banshee's
good
kinda-
metric for this list.
It really isn't, especially considering I already rewatched Banshee.
Yeah, the only one that watches one.
And you know,
so yeah, Tuffy. We can post this poll here if anybody out there listening wants to. If voices heard, post that up there.
Yeah, click that link, cast your vote. So, yeah, and yeah, everything about Glass Onion is just not as good as the original. It's like, yeah, it's pretty good, but
let me ask you about the original Night Out real quick. Isn't it like whodunit is like the guy that died, right? In the original, like, didn't he kind of like plan the whole thing anyway?
No, it was
maybe I don't remember it right.
It was Ransom. It was the fucking what's his name? Ryan Gosling? No. What's his name? No.
Chris Evans?
Chris Evans. It was Chris Evans, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't remember that. Maybe that all that well then.
And yeah, because he had swapped the medication labels. So when Homegirl accidentally swaps him back, she doesn't know. She thinks she kills him.
Oh, okay. Well,
but it turns out she hadn't, because Ransom had swapped him. So she unknowingly swapped him back to the right thing.
Okay.
Because she knew, because she had done it. They established this in the movie too. It's that she had done it so many times. She knew exactly like the consistency or whatever. She didn't have to look at the label. Like she knew.
She knew what the pill felt like.
Yeah,
it's totally different. Glass Onion does a thing where it's like you pretty much know who it is, but it has you thinking like, no way it can be that, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's one of those ones like there's no way it'd be that on the nose. There's no way it'd be that predictable. And the twist is, ha ha, it is that predictable. Shows what you know, dummy. Like,
you just get Johnson.
Yeah. You just got Last Jedi'd. Yeah, no, and that's the one thing is like, okay, it's a pretty entertaining story in the middle there, but when the end, the big reveal is it's exactly what you thought from the beginning. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, well, that certainly was something.
Yeah. So not as brilliant as
yeah.
First one.
And you know, I don't like even being construed as agreeing with certain fucking Twitter personalities who like to fucking run their mouth, but at the same time, and they have this fucking his little friend or whatever. There's like a fucking misdirect.
Yeah, the random dude.
Yeah,
that's so
the
weird.
Random stoner buddy.
The random stoner on the island for whatever reason, and just
they show him 2 times early on. He's like, "Oh, of course, he's the only other guy here."
Yeah,
and it's like, nah, nothing,
literally nothing. Just like comic relief misdirect. You know,
he shows up later. He walks into the room. And he's in there getting fucking high.
I wonder if they had to screw it up in the edit on Glass Onion, because like there's a lot of things that they don't refer to again because or they don't come back to. Like when they all first get to the island, he's like, "Oh, here's your bio bracelets, right? This is your key to your room, and it's like bio coded, right?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I figured that would come back into play some kind of way, but nope, doesn't at all.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure somebody goes in someone else's room without that key. So like, what's happened to that? What happened to that? So
What happened to that?
Maybe I sloppy in the edit. I don't know. Maybe decided to change it and make it.
Yeah,
the way it was.
Maybe like a lot of those Teslas, you could just,
it's just work for hire, and it so obviously work for hire.
But it's fine. I think it's
fine.
It's enjoyable. It's like
enough. Yeah,
it's something you could put on with your fucking parents there. I guess it's whatever.
Yeah,
passable.
Yeah, good movie. How does it compare to Banshees of Inisherin?
It's another tough one. I mean,
tough to compare.
Literally anything to Banshee.
You'd have to compare like In Bruges to Banshees or some shit, something
Right.
like just like
Fucking
Banshees really deserves to be on like a fucking like indie movie list,
Death to Smoochie
with a bunch of
that was
compare Banshees to Death to Smoochie. You're saying?
Oh god,
I mean, that's a lot closer than this.
Sure.
I thought Death to Smoochie is more like a Glass Onion deal.
Death to Smoochie is doesn't Death to Smoochie have Edward Norton in it too?
Yeah.
We need to do an Edward Norton list. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It'd be a good ass list.
Put the shitty Hulk movie on there.
I think we might have done a lot of the good Edward Norton movies throughout the past year or two.
No, there's so many, bro. So many.
Oh,
anyway,
American History X. Oh, bro, we're doing an Edward Norton list.
What are you gonna compare American History X to? Like, like
I don't Fight Club,
Incredible Hulk,
other Edward Norton movies. He's done so many.
American History X doesn't have any gamma rays, so
it's
man,
points off. We just watched Minnie Cooper steal him.
Oh, fucking
movie
Italian Job.
Yeah, Italian Job. He's in
yeah.
that too.
He's
I
in a
feel
lot.
like he's almost playing the same character in Glass Onion that he was in Italian Job. He's like that same, just like
no, he's way more.
smarmy.
He's more charismatic in Glass Onion.
Oh
yeah.
And
He was kind of phoning it in.
Obviously, bad guy. He's like, I have a mustache. Of course, I'm a bad guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
Italian Job. He was just such a one-dimensional fucking.
Yeah, you can tell that paycheck hadn't cleared yet when he was filming Italian Job. He's a little bit more confident about the Netflix money, I suppose. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Anybody ready to vote right now? Banshees versus Glass Onion.
I'm going Banshees.
Yeah.
Even though I love Daniel Craig, he's probably the only one that's not just like phoning it in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
The fact that everybody else is kind of takes it away. Nobody's phoning it in Banshees.
Homegirl from Antebellum, who's the black chick twin in Glass Onion. I think she's a phenomenal actor, and she was bringing it. But
she even has to do with a southern accent when she's playing like her.
Oh, the Alabama sister.
character.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, dude. I thought Daniel Craig's accent was wonky. Hers was like,
Yeah.
Isn't that the same
struggling.
chick from True Blood?
That's
What?
Janelle
No,
Monáe is
what?
her name.
she's from a band, right?
About to say no. She was a
Is it
singer.
Janelle or JL?
No.
Janelle. Janelle
Janelle Monáe.
It's the southern accent that made me think that they were very
I know
similar.
her from being a guest on Sesame Street.
She's a singer.
The singer.
Yeah, about to say.
Yeah, Hidden
I thought so.
Figures, Glass Onion, Harriet. Yeah, Moonlight, and I only one of these movies I saw was Antebellum. That's what I recognize her from.
Because you can't not watch Hunter Called Antebellum.
Hey, I got a type, all right.
It's called twig bait.
And
Civil War.
is it messed up that I'm like, hey, she hosted that episode of Sesame Street.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's great.
Let's see.
I got mad love. But yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Banshees as well. And I think for this vote, it comes down to the love. One of these movies was made for hire, and one of these movies was definitely made from a passion.
Mm-hmm.
I like even watching Banshees, I'm like, okay, nobody was planning on getting rich off of this motherfucker. Like, it's a great movie, and I love it. But nobody's here for the big bucks. I promise you.
Yeah, I thought I'd vote for Glass Onion because I don't think Banshees needs my vote.
These arty farty fart sniffers.
Just for the palatability.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Like,
Oh shit!
Banshees
Did I
is
fuck
not
around
for
and-
everyone. I can give it that.
Let's see here.
Did I fuck around and let everybody else vote before me? Shit.
Yes.
Well, let's not split. Also, we you can while you're thinking about that, chat vote is actually split. What would we
Really?
do when that happens? Yeah.
Chat vote is split.
I posted the thing again. Anybody wants to get any last minute votes in there to
Well,
make that
yeah,
not
we'll let
easy.
Eric vote, and then we'll see how
Shit.
chat has decided to go. I just got hungry for sushi all of a sudden.
I almost want to throw it for Glass Onion just to see what happens when chat
you're
votes.
gonna coin this.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed Banshees a lot. I liked watching it enough to watch it again.
It's kind of like a little sleeper, It was
Yeah.
like,
I'm just saying it's even if I'm going by rewatchability or the would I watch it again metric, I still wins there. You know what I mean?
yeah, and that's why I really can't go by what I watch it again metric, because like I almost can promise you I'm never gonna watch Banshees again. But
Yeah, no, I don't know if I ever will watch it again, but
Yeah,
I
that's
already
not to
watched
say-
it twice in a week.
yeah,
you
I
know,
really can't take away from how legitimately good of a movie it is.
Let's see. So you going Banshees there, Eric?
yes.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
Chat
I
still
Mhm.
split. All right, so we'll just split their vote down the middle and make it a cool 4-2. Banshees over Onions. And there you have it. And our last new movie of the evening. Come on now. Top Gun. I can't drive 55. And other boomery references. Vroom vroom go fast.
I knew you were going to mention the bumper sticker. The second I saw it, I was like, Jeremy's going to talk shit about that one.
Dude. Dude.
Was that like a Sammy Hagar reference?
It
like, come
sets
on.
the pace of the movie. It is the most boomery fucking reference. And it's the first thing you see. The camera just goes on that little no 55. I'm a rebel. That's how you know I'm a badass, because I can't drive 55.
And then they
it.
go, oh, remember when he drives down the tarmac next to the airplane taking off on his motorcycle? Remember?
Yeah, Sammy Hagar.
Hell, Ricky, I was high when I said that. You could drive 54, 56.
I can't drive 55. 1984. Dude, yes, that just set the pace for the whole movie. I was just like, I might as well turn this off right now. Movie's not for me. You know. When let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer. Just real quick.
Handful of member some Patriot dollars and shoved them up their ass.
I pressed it.
Like this is real quick.
Let's just get it over.
Oh, look.
Here we go.
There we go.
3, 2, 1.
What do we have here?
He's the fastest man alive.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What the hell kind of mission is this?
It's a real fast mission. You gonna go real fast.
His name is Hangman, and he's a dick.
Who the hell are they going to get?
And the other guy's name was Iceman, and he was a dick.
That's like two
And
man.
And they both chew on a toothpick.
Let me be perfectly blunt. You are not my
Remember?
first choice.
Remember?
You are here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, a.k.a. Iceman.
Remember?
He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy.
Remember Val Kilmer?
As I can imagine.
Remember Val Kilmer's voice?
Remember when your back didn't hurt?
Remember when you could backflip out of bed?
This is your captain speaking.
And we're off.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
This trailer, honestly, says nothing.
The movie says nothing.
It says it's got jets and it's got Tom Cruise. What else you need?
Believe me.
My dad believed in you. I'm not going to make the same mistake.
Yeah, edgy youngsters.
Those are your pilots. Anything happens to them.
It's got bare man chest. Everything man wants in a movie.
Remember when they were playing volleyball on the beach? Well, this time they're playing football.
Playing football incorrectly.
These are Tom Cruise rules.
Well, they were playing dogfight football. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everybody knows what that is. So.
So this is a movie about a closeted military man who never got over the death of his gay lover 35 years ago. A man falls in love with another man in don't ask, don't tell era military, and his lover is killed in the line of duty, and he spends the next 35 years devoted to his love, his dead lover, never once taking another love. He's married to speed. He's married to the sky. He's married to his work because his true love is in the ground. Went down in that F-14 all of them years ago. And he has to take on one last mission to learn to love pussy. He's got to make things right with the son of his lost love so he can get over it and realize that he's actually bisexual. He can go whichever way he wants to go. He don't have to just go up or down. He can go left or right, and however he wants to go. That's really that's the only way I can see this movie being any kind of good whatsoever. When I saw all the ratings for this movie, and they were sky high, no pun intended, they were astronomically high. They were like 98, 99% ratings, across the board. Everybody was talking about how good this movie is. So I was like, damn. They must have did something. There must be something about this movie that they brought something to the table here. There must be some twist of expectations, some something going on. No.
Shit, not even.
Nope, not at all.
There wasn't even a good tragedy. Shit.
There was nothing.
Who died?
I don't know what the fuck.
Nobody died.
Was going
Not
on.
Maverick.
Nobody died.
Why does this movie get such high reviews? Because everybody thought this movie was gonna this movie was gonna be the cinematic equivalent of a stubbed toe, and when it didn't hurt watching it, everybody was like, "Woo! Perfect movie, 100%." It wasn't a kick in the dick.
This movie was literally just a handful of fucking member berries and a whole lot of fucking military fucking recruitment money.
Remember that part where he was like,
together?
And then she was like, and he was like, you gotta do better than that. And he was like, and then they did the mission and they made it home. Remember that part? Remember that part where he was like,
that part, and then he wrecked on the damn on the carrier.
This movie's a hunk of shit, honestly.
Dude, it's fucking terrible.
This movie did nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And I'm disappointed in the world for having such fucking low standards in movies to say that this movie was any kind of good.
Dude.
This movie was fine at best.
I was talking to somebody after I'd watched it. I was like, it's just a hunk of fucking military recruitment propaganda. And they were like, oh, you mean like the first one?
I thought I was getting into something good. I thought they were going to bring something to the table. I thought there was going to be something.
There wasn't.
It might have been a little bit better if at the end Maverick sacrificed himself to save the kid. That might have been something.
Well, see, that's the thing is they made us think that's what was about to happen, but then, oh no, can't have that.
No, he's got to get the girl at the end because he's not gay. He's got the not gays.
Totally.
This is the most critical case of the not gays.
Yeah.
35 years coming.
Critical mass of not gay.
35 years not coming. 35 years edging.
This guy's been a naval aviator for 35 years, and you tell me he has no ex-wives or husbands?
Yeah,
that don't happen.
No, yeah. After 35 years, this guy would have 3 ex-wives. He's beaten,
and we would have been long since been disqualified from flying fucking jets.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
No, his fucking program would have lost funding. This
also that's an extremely ridiculous scene that this movie starts out with, where the Marvel superhero known as Maverick is testing out experimental like jets and shit, right? And takes it over the line. Of course, he has to keep going after like Mach 7 or whatever. He takes it up to like Mach 10.
Mach 10, yeah, in trying to get to 11, yeah.
Which is like 7,000 miles an hour.
11.
Right?
Yeah.
And then after he does that, his plane breaks up.
Mm-hmm.
And he fucking survives it and is able to walk away. Like, how the fuck does that happen?
God damn, Mach 10 is 7,672 miles an hour.
I'm pretty sure if you hit air at that speed, like,
it's
going to hit me like a brick wall, right? Like,
well, you saw what the explosion looked like. Like, it looked like it hit a brick wall and just bloomfed.
It broke apart. It just came all apart. And so, why even have that scene in it? Like, you just setting up fake rules for this world. Like, so dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he'd have ate it. He'd fucking ate shit. At at minimum, it would have been some kind of fucking landing capsule that would have they would have been out there getting him out of.
Yeah. For one, that would have broke up too. His plane came apart. Like, so dumb, and that just sets the pace for this whole movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason this movie got such good reviews is because like somebody said, if you don't like Top Gun, you're gay. And everybody was like, well, I love Top Gun. I was the first one to like Top Gun. And you know, nobody wanted to be a soy boy cuck. And so they had to go on fucking Rotten Tomatoes and give it fucking 11 out of 10 stars because I'm the most manly.
Even in the best case, it was motherfuckers that were just huffing on fucking the remembers.
Yeah,
they were just huffing a big fat bag of remembers.
And then everybody got up and applauded and fucking saluted the flag and jerked each other off.
And like, dude, they were putting fucking like great big flags in the background in places where they just would not be. You know what I mean? Just fucking like you could tell that there was a whole lot of military dollars dropped off into this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This movie is for people who watched the first movie and their grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the best I can say about Top Gun. It was exactly what I expected it to be.
The most predictable fucking movie.
Yeah.
The movie had nothing to say.
Nothing.
Had no right to exist. No purpose.
It was more predictable than the Northman, and the Northman told us what it was gonna do in the first 5 minutes of the fucking movie.
I was just thinking about it. Like, Top Gun almost did the same thing, saying that Maverick didn't die from this, therefore he's not gonna die from fucking anything.
Yep.
Like,
yeah. Looking.
So, and Top Gun is up against Everything Everywhere All at Once.
And it wins.
And it wins.
Moving on.
Moving on.
I know.
I know what I'm voting for. Justin, what are you voting for?
Everything Everywhere.
Eric, what are you voting for?
Can I vote for everything twice?
It almost doesn't matter.
Argo, what are you voting for?
Do you have to ask?
Yeah, it's almost insulting, isn't it? Like after all the shit we all just sat here and talked about this fucking movie.
It was my idea to put Top Gun on this list. Argo had an alternate list, which is the same list but with Nope instead of Top Gun, and I was the one that chose Top Gun, so I did this to us. We could have been talking about Nope right now.
Nope.
But nope.
But nope.
Chat's with us there, so
Chat's with us.
Turner.
Yeah, see, Nope would have made more sense.
Nope would have made more sense. Nope. We should have had Nope instead of Banshees, honestly, but that's okay.
That would have been a more even playing field.
Semifinals coming up.
Semifinals. All right, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and jump right in there. How we feeling? Banshees.
Oh, ouch. Shit. We're coming back to this.
Versus Everything Everywhere.
This one's easy
we're
for
coming
me.
back to this.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is fun. For starters.
Yeah.
That alone could,
I mean, it also has comedy. It also has feels. It also has
action.
Something to say. All right, like
it's yeah. It's way more creative. It's
Is it like a modern day Fifth Element?
No.
Everything Everywhere. I can kind of see where you're coming from there.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
It crosses a lot of genres.
Yeah.
No multipass.
No multipass.
No.
Are you saying Fifth Element is better or worse?
We're comparing this to Banshees.
That's a hard comparison.
Fifth Element's way better.
I like Fifth Element better than both of these motherfuckers. I don't care.
I like Fifth Element.
Why did we watch Fifth Element this week?
Best movies in 1997.
Best movie 2022, Fifth Element.
We had to write in.
And Morbius. Let's go.
Yeah, that's our bonus round. Fifth Element versus Morbius. Honestly, I'm leaning Everything Everywhere. Because I think it's on par, like storytelling wise. At the same time, it's also more interesting, fun, and not just like a depressing kind of pit of a movie.
Yeah, no donkeys die.
No donkeys die.
Yeah, I was so sad.
Yeah, they don't choke a donkey.
They don't choke a donkey on your face.
They don't choke a donkey.
That's probably the saddest
nobody
part of the whole
chokes your
movie.
miniature pony on your former friend's severed finger that he
Dude,
chopped
yeah,
off out of spite for your fucking interaction.
When the sister leaves, I stood up and clapped. I was like, "Good for you, sis! Get the fuck out of there, baby!"
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that shit. I'm out.
Pretty sure that's what Fat Bastard says about that gross dump he took. He says, I
Choke
don't
a
choke a
donkey.
donkey.
I got a turtle head poking out.
Oh man, this whole movie is just like an elaborate fucking Fat Bastard joke. Like it's an elaborate fucking
just a long setup
The
where
whole movie is a
just a long setup where
Yeah.
this guy becomes Fat Bastard.
yeah.
That's funny.
It's a big Austin Powers reference the whole damn movie. That would be fucking hilarious. If that were the case, if we had a legitimate reason to believe that, it would win this fucking whole
Yeah, it
bracket.
I mean, the whole movie starts with him telling him that he's dull because he had to listen to him talk about him picking crap out of his donkey shit for 2 hours.
He's like, well, that shows how much you know. Talk about what I found in my little
my pony, not my
shaker.
donkey.
He's talking about my pony.
It's a pony, not a donkey.
Oh man, it's a good movie, but Everything Everywhere, I think it's just better.
Yeah. It's something kind of special. I'd go for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, you agree?
Yeah.
Argo, what about you?
Me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat, y'all got anything? They got any voters?
Man, they voted for everything. This movie kind of came out of nowhere. I hadn't heard nothing about it.
Yeah.
I
had heard it referenced a couple of times randomly, but nothing.
Yeah. And it
I
came
heard about
out kind of around the same time as another long-winded mouthful of a title. What is it? The overbearing weight of massive talent or whatever, and the incredible weight of massive talent, that Nick Cage movie that came out. They kind of came out at the same time, and they both have long mouthfuls of a title, so people were like confusing the two.
Long-winded.
But very quickly, Everything Everywhere took off because it's
a good movie.
Something special for sure.
One of my coworkers went and saw it like right when it came out, and came back the next day and was like, "Best movie of the year, right there."
Yeah, a lot of
Calling
people were
it,
saying that.
like,
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that
in the spring.
Yeah.
I was like, "Really? That's a bold statement." We got a lot of year left.
Yeah, it was early in the year to be making that call.
Bold statement comment. Let's see how that plays out.
It's
Yeah.
It's one of our first. This is always the real winner in my eyes. Like
the one that wins the winner bracket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first one into the finals. Yeah.
No skullduggery for you, huh? Well,
okay. So
I'll
now we
send
get
it
the
on
losers bracket. Let's go ahead and piss through the rest of this bracket because I know we got a special presentation coming up after this. So let's get this done so we can
take a little break and then do that.
Yeah, we'll take a little break and then we'll come back for that. Okay, so losers bracket. If you're out there in chat and you want to participate in the losers bracket, this is the time for you to really make a difference. Each and every single one of your votes are going to be counted individually for the losers bracket. There's not any poll for this leg of the event. So if you want to cast a vote, you just type it there in chat and we'll count them all individually. So you guys, this is your chance to really eclipse our opinions and take over and bring what you want back. So if you want to see Top Gun in the finals,
oh my god, don't give them ideas.
If you just got a big straight wiener hanging between your legs and you ain't gay, you can put Top Gun in the finals.
I got a hard on for America.
If you're not a big lib cuck, you can do what's right and put Top Gun in the finals.
Gotta get all your friends, get on here and vote for America.
Yeah, go call all your big dick friends and tell them to come vote for Top Gun right now. Here's your chance.
They all gotta do it. Prove that they're straight.
Prove that you love America. You're not a soy boy cuck.
The commies are shitting on Top Gun. You better come and stop them.
All of a sudden, SWAT team just everybody's house at the same time.
All of our windows get kicked in by SWAT team at once. Like,
good luck. There's bars on mine. I'd like to see him swing into that.
If they're coming through this window, they're coming through a whole ass like solid fucking headboard that is attached to the wall.
See here.
All right. So here we go. Speed round. Top Gun versus the Batman. I'm going to Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman.
Going Batman.
Oh, I guess you just don't love America then.
No, I like vengeance.
I'm on the side of vengeance. I'm on the side of justice.
I'm on the side of Nirvana.
All right, going on. Something in the way. Over and over again.
Over
for 3 hours.
And over again.
Dude, it got comical at a certain point.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude, seriously.
Between that and Ave Maria, I was like, okay, listen.
Okay, we got it.
I know you don't have a lot of budget left after fucking filming 3 hours of this shit, but
Seriously, they can only afford 2 major songs after that. Too.
Glass Onion and the Northman.
Glass Onion.
I'm actually gonna have to go the Northman on this one. Even though that movie's fucked up, man.
I'd rather watch Glass Onion be bad than the Northman be bad.
It's just Vikings were fucked up people.
I thought it should have been more fucked up.
It's yeah, it could have been.
I thought I would have gone Northman, but like I said, Q Sherman ruined the whole thing for me, so I'm out. I'm going Glass Onion.
Wait, who ruined the whole thing for you?
The Q Sherman.
Oh,
piece of shit.
I was saying during the break, it's just like, I used to love Viking culture, but now all I think about is fucking Q Sherman and fucking other fucking limp dick internet nerds. Fucking
not these internet nerds, other ones.
Not other. I'm rock hard. I'm solid.
Like it's gotten to the point where anytime you see, a pagan tattoo of some kind, you're like you.
Yeah, I mean, you can be 85% sure at least that they're big fucking racists.
They did repress Christians, which that's kind of baller.
Hey, I'm into that. I mean, that was the one funny line of the movie when they're like, "Oh, I gotta watch out for those Christians. Their God is a corpse nailed to a tree," and I was laughing at that. So that's hardcore.
It's metal.
Pretty metal.
Fucking metal.
Glass Onion is way more fun.
Yeah. Wait, who hasn't voted? I haven't voted. Shit.
Look at you.
I'm changing my vote.
Wait, are you changing it?
Yeah. This is a speed round, and you gave me far too much time. I'm changing my vote.
You thought about it.
I'm going Northman then. Fuck it.
Gross.
Must be just big racist then.
You took me out of it, and then you got into it.
He talked you out of the boat just to sail.
I was like, you know what? Fuck that movie. That movie sucked.
I'm the contrarian here. There's only room.
Even if it was a better movie, Glass Onion was more fun. Fuck it.
It is. It is. Nah, I love Eggers, and I love his adorable little history nerddom. I'm right there for it, man. I'm with him. All right, the Batman and Glass Onion. Go.
The Batman.
Vote now.
Glass Onion.
The Batman, Glass Onion.
Batman.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Batman. I'm gonna go to Batman. Ah, shit. We're right back to where we were in the very first round. The Batman or the Banshees.
I'm going to the Batman again.
Ooh.
I'm surprised Batman made it back here.
I'm riding the Batman all the way.
You would.
Okay, I'm gonna go Batman too.
It's a damn fine Batman movie. Like, honestly, it's the best Batman movie we've had in over a decade, at least.
It's the best one ever.
It might
and
be.
I wasn't saying that when it first came out.
Yeah, did you have problems with it when it first came out, Argo? I remember you being like,
"Oh, I still like to yak on how easily Batman and Jim Gordon just get together and figure this shit out.
Yeah.
it's very comical, but it's based on a comic book, so
Yeah. Who voted? Me?
You and Eric. We have to coin this whole.
We
episode
both
out,
voted
aren't we?
Banshees the first go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna
Chaos.
do it again?
Let the coin.
Coin this bitch.
Let's coin it.
Coin
Yeah.
this bitch.
Coining it. To the
Chaos.
coin. Okay, hold on.
get a real coin.
It's gonna be heads
Oh.
Banshees, tails Batman.
Iger doesn't want to trust this Batman to some fake coin.
Hey, it won't be the first time Batman's fate has come down to a coin flip. All right, that's kind of his bag. All right, this is on message.
This is on par.
Yeah. Okay. So heads Banshees, tails Batman. Let's go. Coin. The coin flip.
Not looking.
It's heads.
That's Banshees.
That's Banshees.
Can't
Like
trust
it.
these robot coins.
I told you we'd be back there.
And we're right back where we were.
Should have gone Batman.
Looks like we're gonna.
Should have been a Batman.
Should have been a Batman. Yeah. I don't think I'm changing my vote.
Me neither.
I'm not.
Oh, this is the final here.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought we were already on the final. Whoops.
No.
You thought we coined the final?
Well,
I mean, we've already done this matchup once, and
Yeah.
I said then we were going to be right back to it.
Everybody's going everywhere, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that movie's gonna win.
What's
Well,
funny
this
I
is
just
where
wasn't
I
gonna
knew
say it
it'd
out
end
loud.
up is Banshees and everything.
I said it out
this
loud.
this is where we knew it was going to be. We all knew this.
I mean, I said it as soon as I started the trailer for Everything Everywhere. I was like, I'm willing to bet this is gonna be the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the movie faked me out when I turned it on. I was like, "Oh no, am I gonna have to read this whole movie? I'm not in the mood to read the whole movie right now."
Yeah.
I was about to turn it off. I was like, "I gotta turn that shit off."
This is make me read some kind of book learning soy boy.
What do I gotta slow this movie down now?
Uh-oh.
I'm not even gonna put the poll because we're already.
Someone
we're gonna
take
have
the
one
batteries
minute.
out of Jeremy.
Yeah, no, the poll wouldn't have any effect on it anyway. So I'm sending it, and ending it, and let's see what we get. All
last place.
right.
Hey, this is
America.
This is America.
This is the perfect fucking layout.
Listen,
of it.
I'd be willing to nominate Top Gun for a Golden L.
Oh yes.
Like just because
God
not
damn
only
it.
because not just because the movie's that
Incredibly lived up to the expectation.
bad. It's just like just the fact that everybody rated it so high for no reason whatsoever. So it's not even the movie's fault it gets a Golden L. It's literally everybody else's fault.
Oh, you just want to take it down a peg, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm like, listen, no, you don't deserve any of that.
I'm down with that. We should crown Golden L's.
So we're giving the
this whole
golden
year.
L to the internet.
The Golden L goes to, yeah. Golden L goes to America.
Yes.
The American movie going market. You let me down hard.
If you gave Top Gun a positive review, this Golden L is yours.
I mean, if you said like it was fine, it was pretty good for what I was expecting, it was pretty good, and I'd been like, okay, that's fine. But no, people were like
Usual.
shooting laser beam rainbows up its ass, like it was like God's gift to cinema, dude. Like
Well,
seriously,
they were giving it they were giving it the like tongue in the ring and the reach around stroke and the
yeah.
bold.
So
Usual
I
reputable
give Top Gun
sources.
the golden L.
Reputable sources.
And then in fifth place we've got The Northman. Couldn't get a win tonight, but that's okay. Still a solid movie.
It's fine.
It's a little bit long. It's a little bit dark. It's a little bit.
It kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, almost like 300 for some reason.
Kind of. It's that same
Not
kind of
that
vibe.
stylized, but yeah.
Yeah. It's not as like, look at me, I fuck pussy as 300, but
Right. Especially for the Spartans.
yeah. Spartans a bunch of
like-
limp dicks, and it's 300 is a movie for limp dicks. The Northman is a movie for people who are kind of into that stuff.
People who were at the Capitol on Jan 6. That's what it's for.
Most people would not understand the Northman at all.
No, they would not, but
Be
they would
like,
still jerk their fucking wiener to it.
boring.
The crow part was kind of gay, but
Well, try to get him to sit down and watch Banshees.
Oh, God. And in fourth place, we've got Glass Onion, a fine movie. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
And then in third place, we've got The Batman. Arguably the best Batman of all time. A damn fine Batman. A damn fine movie.
didn't it like lose on our Batman? Did we do a Batman list?
We did the Batman list before this movie came out. It was in
boy.
hype of this movie coming out. So this movie
Okay.
that was not on that list. Yeah.
No, it was after.
I don't think we put it on the list either way.
Yeah,
Well, it
this
was
one-
after the
No,
movie
it
came
was
out,
after.
but right, yeah, it was, yeah. We were writing the excitement of the release of the new movie when we did that list. So
I think that's actually one of the episodes that's on Spotify. The Batman.
it is
think it
actually
is.
a podcast episode. So go listen to it. In second place, The Banshees of Inisherin.
There's no Banshees in Sharon.
A damn fine movie. A bit slow.
Just like the double SH.
You gotta sit down and pay attention to it. You gotta get into it. You gotta let it wash over you.
Get a
You
pot of coffee.
Yeah,
And yeah.
you gotta
Yep.
feel it.
Maybe
And
some
get and
speed.
experience it.
I mean, if you
Not-
really want to get into it, go ahead and cut the AC down about like 65 and throw on a wool sweater.
A damp wool sweater.
A damn wool sweater. Like put on a wool sweater and then like mist yourself a little.
And choke your donkey.
He's a pony.
Go roll outside of the ground.
Yeah,
Get
get all
your friend
dirty.
to throw fingers at you.
Yeah.
Feel real bad about yourself. Look
Yeah,
yourself in the
just-
mirror. Call yourself dirty things.
Get ready to feel bad. And then laugh about it a little bit. Good movie. It's a damn fine movie. It's number 2 for a reason. And number 1, the perfect score. Wins across the board. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
It's the real Morbius.
It's the Morbius of my heart. It's so good. It's absolutely worth a watch. It's worth a rewatch. Go watch it.
Oh, you have to rewatch it
Oh yeah.
to like kind of
I need to
Get it.
rewatch it.
That's a
all
lot.
the way.
Yeah.
There's things I missed, and I was like, oh,
It's one of those movies that spawns a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of YouTube videos breaking it down and talking about it. And those are the best movies, I think. So yeah, that's going to be our list. There's our favorite movies of 2022, with the exception of Top Gun. It gets a golden L.
quote unquote best.
Right. Yeah.
Picture Dr. Evil giving you the quotations.
These are all movies that someone had said are the best of last year. Maybe not us, but someone.
We only think one of them is the best.
That's right. We figured it out right before your very eyes here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We found it.
So thank you all so much for watching our show tonight. And that is going to conclude our normally scheduled event. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back in a new stream, we got a very special Friday the 13th event. We're going to be doing a live watch and commentary of Friday the 13th, Part 3. That's the one where he gets the mask. You know the one.
In 3D.
3D.
3Ds.
So be on the lookout for that Go Live notification here in just a few minutes, and we'll be right back with you for our very special Friday the 13th feature presentation. See you soon, y'all.